Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Guruvayurappa Saranam. Here we are into Dasaka 44 of Narayaneeyam, which is Bhagavan's naming ceremony. Srimad Bhagavata, Skanda 10, chapter 8, slokas 1 to 20 describes the naming ceremony of Krishna and Balarama, which is condensed in Dasaka 44 of Narayaneeyam. To brief the contents, one day the priest of the Yadu dynasty, namely Gargamuni, who was highly elevated in austerity and penance, was inspired by Vasudeva to go see Nanda at his home. Nanda duly received him and said, "You are versed in the Vedas. The science of astrology has been propounded by you. Please perform the naming ceremony of these two boys, Krishna and Balarama." Gargamuni said the following: "My dear Nanda, I am the priestly guide of Yadu dynasty. This is known everywhere. Therefore, if I perform the purificatory process for your sons, Kamsa will consider them the sons of Devaki." Nanda Maharaj said, "My dear great sage, if you think that you are performing this process of purification will make Kamsa suspicious, then secretly chant the Vedic hymns and perform the purifying process in a sacred place, cowshed of my house, rather, without the knowledge of anyone else, even relatives." Having thus been especially requested by Nanda to do that which he already desired to do, Gargamuni performed the naming ceremony of Krishna and Balarama in a solitary place. Gargamuni said, "This child, the son of Rohini, will give all happiness to his relatives and friends by his transcendental qualities. Therefore, he will be known as Rama. And because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, he will also be known as Bala. Moreover, because he unites two families, Vasudeva and the family of Nanda, he will be known as Sankarshana. Now, your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow, and now he has appeared in a blackish color. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours, Krishna, sometimes appeared previously as the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are learned sometimes call this child Vasudeva. For this son of yours, there are many forms and names according to his transcendental qualities and activities. To increase the transcendental bliss of the Gopas of Gokula, this child Krishna will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only you will surpass all difficulties. O Maharaja, as recorded in history, when there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, and people were being harassed and disturbed by thieves, this child Krishna appeared in order to protect the people and enable them to flourish, and he curbed the thieves and rogues. Demons cannot harm the demigods, who always have Lord Vishnu on their side. Similarly, any person or group attached to Krishna is extremely fortunate because such persons are very much affectionate towards Krishna. They cannot be defeated by demons like the associates of Kamsa or by the internal enemies, that is senses. In conclusion, therefore, O Nanda, this child of yours is as good as Narayana. In his transcendental qualities, name, fame, and influence, he is exactly like Narayana. You should all raise this child very carefully and cautiously. After Gargamuni, having instructed Nanda about Krishna, departed for his own home, and Nanda was very pleased and considered himself full of all good fortune. Now we will see the slokas here. गूढं वसुदेवगिरा कर्तुं ते निष्क्रियस्य संस्कारान् हृद्गदहोरा तत्त्वो गर्गमुनिः त्वद्गृहं विभो गतवान्. O Vibho, all-pervading Lord, though you are above and beyond all ceremonies and rites, yet Gargamuni, an expert at astronomy and astrology, went to thy house at the secret request of Vasudeva to perform birth samskaras, that is Namakarana, for thee. नन्दोध नन्दिदात्मा वृन्दिष्टं मानयन्नमुं यमिनां मन्दस्मितार्द्रमूजे त्वल्संस्कारान् विधातुमुत्सुकधीः. Nanda was very delighted and he honored the greatest of all the sages, Gargamuni, who was eager to perform the ceremonies for thee. He then, with a gentle smile, requested the sage to perform the rites. यदुवंशाचार्यत्वाद् सुनिवृतमिदमार्य कार्यमिति कथयन् गर्गो निर्गतपुलकः चक्रे तव साग्रजस्य नामानि. Sage Garga said, O respected Nanda, since I am the priest of the Yadu clan, this ceremony must be performed in great secrecy. Saying so, with horripilation over his body, he performed the naming ceremony of thee and thy elder brother. Kadamasya nama kurve sahasranamno hanandaramno va idi noonam gargamunihi chakre tava nama Namarahasi Vibho. How should I do the naming of this child? He indeed has thousands of names, or rather endless names. Oh, Hare, maybe that sage Garga, thinking like this, performed thy naming in great secrecy. त्रिषिदादुनकाराभ्यां सत्तानन्दात्मदां किलाभिलपदे जगदकर्षित्वं वा कथय दृशिः कृष्णनामते व्यदनोत्. The putting together of the root of the verb Krishna and the suffix n, denoting the combining of existence and absolute bliss, which is thy real nature, declaring the sage gave thee the name Krishna. Also signifying the drawing away of the sins of the people of the world, the name Krishna was given to thee. Anyamscha namavedan व्यागुर्वन् अग्रजे च रामादीने अधिमानुषानुभावं नगदल् त्वाम् अप्रकाशयन् पित्रे. The sage also gave the other different names like Vasudeva. Then he gave the name Rama, etc. to the elder brother. Having done so, Gargamuni indicated to thy having superman powers and disposition to thy father. Yet he did not fully reveal thy real identity as Bhagavan himself. Snishyadi yastava putre मुह्यति स न मायिकैः पुनश्शोकैः दुह्यति यस्य तु नश्येत् इत्यवदत्ते महत्त्वमृषिवर्यः. Whosoever loves your son will not be deluded by Maya and so will not be overcome by sorrows thereafter. And whosoever assails him will certainly perish. Thus the great sage described thy glory and greatness. येष्यति बहुतरदैत्यान् नेष्यति निजबन्धुलोकममलपदं श्रोष्यसि सुविमलकीर्तिर् अस्येदि भवद्विभूतिं ऋषिरुचे. He will conquer many asuras and will take his own people to the realms of purity. You will have occasions to hear of his untainted pure fame. Thus the sage spoke thy greatness. अमुनैव सर्वदुर्गं तरिदास्तकृदास्तमत्रदिष्टत्वं हरिरेवेत्यनभिलन् इत्यादि त्वाम् अवर्णयत् समुनिः. By his help alone you will be able to overcome all obstacles. Remain with your full faith placed in him. Thus, without saying that, though were Hari, the sage thus described thee. Gargeta Nirgadesmin Nandadi Nandyamanastvam Madgada Mudgada Karuno Nargamaya Sri Marutpuradhisha. Then Gargamuni went away. Nanda and others were very delighted and looked after thee endearingly. O Lord of Guruvayur, who are full of compassion, remove my ailments. With this chapter on Dashaka 44 Namakaranam is completed, and we will have a bhajan song here by Sati Suresh.
அபயமென்ற கரேக்யுதவிய நாமமோ ஆரணங்கின் மானம் காத்த நாமமோ அரண்மனத்திடை சதா ஜபித்திடும் நாமமோ அவனியோர் உரைத்திடும் ஆயிரம் நாமத்தில் என்ன சொல்லி அழைத்தால் நீ வருவாயோ எளியேன் என்றனை இனிது ஆட்கொள்ள என்ன சொல்லி அழைத்தால் நீ வருவாயோ. ஓ